Hey guys, I guess it's a long time since you heard from me, but Season 5 is coming closer and closer, and in fact yesterday was the Diablo 4 developer campfire chat, so the common live stream where the developers show what they were working on in the last few months and showing the new stuff in the new season. And we also got the final patch notes, so until Blizzard comes up with another surprises here and there, like they usually like to do. But so far we have the final version of the patch notes, and we have everything here. So all of the new uniques that got reworked and are very exciting now. And also all the new content that is coming in Season 5 and class balance. And today, I thought it's a good idea to make a video about class balance and the actual power shift that is gonna to happen in Season 5. Because I believe that the best class in Season 5 will not be the Barbarian anymore, which used to be number 1 in all of the seasons, but instead I think it's gonna be the Rogue. So my favorite class, which is like this whole channel is about the Rogue class obviously, so yeah, I'm pretty happy, and this is what I believe will be the number 1 and strongest class in Season 5. And the reason for that, well, there are many reasons. So first of all, we had huge Barbarian nerfs in the latest patches. So even before this patch, Blizzard already have teased us with some class balance during the PTR, and the Barbarians got a pretty huge nerf. So one of the main core aspect of this nerfs is the fact that they have nerfed basically all of the key passives of the Barbarian class, and especially gushing wounds was like the number 1 key passive for Barbs. And as far as I understand, I'm not a Barbarian expert, but yeah, as far as I can understand it, for example, Rob always used to play with gushing wounds for most of his builds, so most of the damage comes from this bleeding damage from the Barbarian. And now this passive got nerfed by quite a huge amount, and also basically, like I mentioned, all of the other passives did as well. And we also have some Paragon legendary nodes like Hemorrhage, where also bleeding damage now is capped at 45%. So all of these key passives now have some kind of a damage cap. So for example, also here with Unconstrained, you have a damage bonus cap to 35% now. And well, this is huge for Barbarians, and also some Tempering recipes got nerfed. They do not receive any more that huge amount of additive damage from Temperings. So maybe you also have seen this video from Rob when it's loading. So State of the Barbarian, massive changes for Season 5, where he basically also is not too excited about the Barbarian class. And I actually wanted to show you here something, but my YouTube is not working currently. Okay, anyways. But yeah, the Barbarians got nerfed, so there's gonna be a huge power shift towards the Rogue class. So also the Sorcerer, for example, got nerfed in the first place, but I think the developers have rebalanced this class a little bit, but I don't think that Sorcerer will be at the same power level as the Rogue class. And now let's talk about the Rogue class. So one reason why I think the Rogue class will be pretty huge is that, well, I can also show you this in-game. I was talking about key passives with the Barbarian class, and as far as I understand it, the Rogue class is the only class remaining that has very powerful passives, key passives, which have no damage cap on them. So this means the way how Rogue scales the damage in the end game is with its key passives. So we have, for example, Precision, where you gain more damage, like you get a bonus damage after critical striking 3 times in a row, for example. Then you get a damage bonus for your next crit, and this damage bonus is scaled with your critical strike damage. So the more critical strike damage your character gathers or collects in the end game, the bigger is this damage bonus in the end. So this is how you scale your precision passive. The same goes with victimize. You scale your victimize bonus damage with vulnerable damage in your character sheet. So all of these key passives, besides exposure, we're scaling the rogue damage with some sort of damage type. So for close quarters combat, we have damage versus crowd controlled. And yeah, all of them have no damage cap at all. So we can endlessly scale this key passives. And this is like the first big reason why the rogue class remains so powerful, while all of the other classes got some received some nerfs in their key passives or paragon nodes and got this damage caps. And also what I find very interesting in the latest patch, so we have, for example, this new tempering recipe called Subterfuge Expertise, and here we have a very interesting recipe which increases our damage for each Dark Shroud shadow. So Rogue usually always wants to play with Dark Shrouds because this is the best way how we can get damage reduction in the end game and basically survive in the harder content like the pit. So it's a no-brainer for Rogues anyway to play with Dark Shrouds, and also they have buffed Dark Shrouds, so you cannot lose more than one Dark Shroud every 1.5 seconds, I believe. And this is just enough to basically remain all 5 active Dark Shrouds all the time, because we can generate them so quickly with the Umbros aspect. So this tempering recipe, for example, will be huge, because what this allows us is to play a rogue melee build with momentum. So maybe I can find this as well. So we have the momentum key passive, which also received a huge buff. So now momentum stacks, so you can you attack with cutthroat skills and it grants you stacks of momentum. And then at the maximum, so this can scale up to 10 times, you will receive huge bonus towards damage reduction, maximum energy, energy regeneration, movement speed, and now in the latest patch they also have added this 5% damage. So in the end this will mean you will get, like after 10 stacks of momentum, you will get 30% damage reduction, 30% maximum energy, 30% energy regeneration, 30% movement speed, and 50% damage. And I believe this will be multiplicative damage. So this would only make sense if this is multiplicative. So your whole damage will get increased by 50%. And the combination of this buffed version of momentum and this Dark Shroud recipe that I just showed you will lead into huge momentum rogue builds, melee builds, which will make some other builds, which I will also mention in a minute, much more powerful than they used to be before. And also you will be much more tanky with this additional 30% damage reduction. So yeah, we have buffed, so the developers have buffed this key passive here. They have gave us some new recipes. We also have no significant nerfs to any builds that we had so far and which were OP anyways. So for example, we have no Andariel's nerf. We have in fact an Andariel's buff. So right now this is a little bit buggy tooltip here, so it says we have 110,000 poisoning damage. This is actually false, it should be around 30k. I don't know why this is still in the tooltip in the game. But in the next season, this 30k poison damage will increase to I think 37k. So we can also look up this, I think it's in the end, where all these uniques are. So here we have mythic uniques, and here we can see Andariel's Visage now goes up to even more than 30. So again, here I'm not sure if this is also a tooltip bug or it's some significant buff, but well, this item got not nerfed at least, so maybe we will even receive a buff or it will stay the same. But this build was very OP, very powerful in Season 4 already, and this will get even stronger in Season 5. And another reason that I like to well, discuss many times is the fact that some classes have more weapon slots than others. So barbarians also have 4 weapons, and rogue still has at least 3 weapons. And what this allows us is basically more powerful uniques. So in Season 5 we will have a rework of all the uniques in the game, and they will be much more powerful, much stronger than they used to be before. So with 3 weapon slots instead of 2, and actually it's not 3 weapon slots because we have a 2-hander and 2 single-handers. So we have actually 4 weapon slots, compared to a sorcerer or a druid or necromancer. So yeah, the rogue has double as many weapon slots as the other 3 classes besides barbarian. And yeah, this leads into more powerful uniques and of course more tempering. And like I mentioned, with the key passives in rogue class, the damage scaling works with increasing our general offensive stats, like damage versus crowd controlled, critical strike damage, vulnerable damage. And so with that many weapon slots, we can just get more powerful tempering recipes and even further increase our scaling machine, kinda. So these are all big reasons why the rogue class is very good right now, in a very good position, and in my opinion is leading this Season 5 power ranking. And now I want to talk about some builds that I have in mind, and the fact that all of these builds are basically S tier or at least A tier. So in Season 5 you will have a variety of very powerful builds. You can play Andariel's Rogue, so with Puncture, or also with Barrage. So Barrage will be a new thing in Season 5 because we will have a new item. Maybe I can also show you this. So we will have this item, this dagger that can spawn some totems, and with the totems you will be able to spread your barrage projectiles and to concentrate them during a boss fight, for example. So you will just triple your damage or even more versus bosses with this totem. So maybe I can look this up very quickly. Totem stuff, no, because I forgot the name of this unique. I think it's something with Umber. Okay, maybe. I cannot find it. Here it was. I think it was just before here. Yeah, the Umber Crocs. So here we will have this new dagger, which will summon totems, and this will even further increase the power level of many builds like Barrage Rogue. So Barrage Rogue will become a thing just because of this item here. So we will have Barrage Rogue, we will have still Heartseeker Rogue. So this depends a little bit if the developers will fix the bug that was currently active during PTR. So Victimize just went back to Season 3 status, and it didn't work at all with many aspects in the game. But if they will fix the Victimize bug, then Victimize will be an S+ tier again. Very crazy, even better than in Season 4. Then, like I mentioned, we have Barrage Rogue. Barrage, very powerful with the new Totem Dagger. We still have Rapid Fire with this unique ring, which allows you to make AoE damage with Rapid Fires. And the build that I'm gonna be excited the most for Season 5 is gonna be Flurry Rogue. So I believe Flurry Rogue will also be S tier. I have already made some simple calculations, and I reached multiple billions of damage in my damage calculator when I was theory crafting this build. So in the end game, Flurry will also deal billions of damage. At least that's what I believe. So I'm very excited about Flurry Rogue. And then we also have some A-tier builds. So we also might have Grenade Rogue working pretty well, especially because they have buffed this a new ring, or actually it's an old ring. But they have buffed or reworked one unique. Maybe I can also quickly find it. So this unique allows you to spam grenades if you cast core skills. Okay, my PC is dying right now. So with this ring, you can yeah, basically spam grenades, and I think, as I understood it, they have buffed the damage of these grenades by a significant amount, so I think they have tripled the damage or something. And so this way, I believe this is just enough in order to buff Grenade Rogue and make Grenade Rogue viable. So maybe I can find it here. The Rogue... Oh, actually here we have the dagger as well, maybe. But here. So we have the Saboteur Signet. And so casting core skills, yeah, makes you throw stun grenades, and they have buffed this damage. So during the live stream they have shown us a screenshot where there was an 8,000 damage number. So yeah, also very powerful build. I think at least A tier for Grenade Rogue. And I also think something like Twisting Poison Rogue will come back. So Twisting Blades with Poison Imbuement will be also very strong. Then, of course, we will have Pen Shot with either Victimize, if it's not buggy, or with Precision. And also, I might even cook up a Death Trap build in the next season, which will also be quite powerful and also maybe A tier. So, we have a huge variety on Rogue builds, which are gonna be S tier or at least A tier. So, I think this is pretty huge and a lot of fun in the next season. So, yeah. In the last few minutes, I can just discuss a little bit the future of Diablo 4. So, what is my opinion regarding this crazy power creep? Well, I think we have gone too far a little bit in the current state of the game. So, my number one wish list would be that we would reduce the damage, because we are reaching billions of damage numbers for some classes, like the Rogue class. So, I think this is just a little bit too much and too crazy. So, I would dial it back a little bit, or actually more than a little bit, because we are pretty close to Diablo 3 damage numbers, and I don't want to go this direction. And I can just say that I wish that other classes would be a little bit more like the Rogue. So the Rogue for me is like a very good blueprint right now, because in the Rogue class you have a lot of skill and aspect energies. So building the class makes a lot of fun, at least for me, but I think we have some very cool interactions in this class, and so yeah, a lot of synergies, a lot of ways how to make different builds. We have a huge build variety, like I just showed you a minute ago, and I think more classes need more weapon slots or unique item slots. So I see no reason why the Sorcerer cannot have another Amulet or another Ring slot, or the Druid have another Offender slot or something. I just think this more weapon slots with Barbarians and Rogues is a significant reason for this huge power creep, and why the Rogue class is so powerful right now. So yeah, these were my thoughts about Season 5, the best class in Season 5, and now a little discussion about the future of Diablo 4. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I will make a lot more videos in the next few days. Season 5 is coming closer and closer, and of course you can expect some more crazy builds from me. So like I mentioned, I think I will focus on Flurry Rogue in the beginning. I'm a huge fan of Flurry Rogue, and this is the time to play Flurry Rogue if you really want to. And yeah, let's see what else comes to my mind, but for now that's enough for today. So don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel here to not miss any further guides and videos. And I guess I see you in the next one, guys. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.